Welcome to the channel. This is Coach Charles on the Soccer Benchmark. Now, the Premier League weekend is over. The Champions League week is here with us. And this is game week 5. And some of these teams are sitting in very precarious states. They just need to get some wins because the top 8 is really competitive, and teams really have to work harder to be able to qualify for the automatic qualification to the knockout stage. However, there are big boys who are really struggling in this Champions League phase, and one of them is PSG. And PSG, I think they're just unlucky because now they have to go to Bayern Munich, and Bayern also are not really in a good space, but PSG are worse. Because if you look at the standings of the Champions League group phase, it really gives you an interesting picture of what is really going on, because Bayern are 17th in the log, while PSG are on number 25 behind PSV and behind PSV. So basically, they are being eliminated. If they don't win this game, they are in really big trouble. They have to beat Bayern Munich to be able to qualify for maybe the knockout stage. And that is something that is really alien to PSG. Since Mbappe left, I don't know whether it is Mbappe effect, but they have not managed to do much. They are struggling to be able to win matches. The last game they lost against Atletico Madrid at home. And that was a game that I think they could have won easily, but then they lost it. Another big matchup is between Real Madrid and Liverpool. I think that is the next game on Wednesday. That is a big game. Madrid against Liverpool, and Liverpool are hosting them at Anfield. Madrid are struggling. They're also not in a really good space. If you look at the position that Madrid is currently holding, is Real Madrid number 18 in the log. So losing this game is not an option. And remember, this is more of a rematch of the Champions League final, where Mo Salah's hand had to be broken for Madrid to be able to win. So this is a grudge match, and there are new players, then it's a new plot, and there's a new coach in Arne Slot. So it's gonna be a very difficult game. So Madrid really have to turn up, because the last game was unacceptable, losing to AC Milan. That was not envisaged at all, and the manner in which they lost it, 3-1 on the day, that was really bad. So Madrid really have to turn up. They have to show that they really deserve to be in this stage of the Champions League. Other big boys who are playing Arsenal against Sporting Lisbon. I think Arsenal are lucky. Ruben Amorim is already left Sporting. But I think his philosophy, his way of play, his attitude is still enshrined in that Sporting Lisbon team. And these guys are second in the log, behind Liverpool. Arsenal are 12th. I think they'll be fighting to be able to get into the automatic qualification stage. That is the number 1 to 8. That is the quarterfinals. So they have to really go to Lisbon and win. Nothing short of a win is good enough for a team like Arsenal. Manchester City, on the other hand, play Feyenoord. They host Feyenoord. City are in a bad shape, my friend. They are in a bad shape. But the Champions League will give them a reprieve, I think. They'll be too strong for this Feyenoord team, who are 21st on the log. City are 10th, so I think they're looking at also going through the quarterfinal stage automatically. So I think if they win this match, they'll be able to really improve their position. Barcelona will be playing against Brest of France. I think this is a game that Barcelona will easily win. They've lost once. They've won the last 3 games in the Champions League. So I think they'll be too strong for Brest. But Brest is also not a pushover, because Brest is basically ahead of them. Brest are 4th on the log. And this makes it very interesting, because this is a small team. I think a team that has not been very frequent in the Champions League, playing against the big boys of Barcelona. The other day, Barcelona drew with Celta Vigo. from a winning position of 2-0. So it's not all rosy at Barcelona at the moment, but I think they should be too strong for these guys. Hosting them at the stadium in Spain, I think that will give them the advantage to be able to win this particular match. Atletico Madrid, on the other hand, also have their struggles. I don't know what is happening with Diego Simeone. It's either he's overstayed his welcome. They're currently on 23rd, the second last position in the log for the playoffs. So he has to win against Sparta Prague. But Sparta Prague is, I think, Atletico will be too strong for them. Though Atletico are going away to Sparta Prague. They are not very good travelers. But if you look at what they did last time, in their last game, I think beating PSG away, I think this game they should be able to win. This is a win for PSG. Now, on Wednesday, there are also other very interesting matches, and none is bigger than Liverpool against Real Madrid. And Liverpool are hosting Madrid, and Madrid, I think, should be able to just turn up. Either they turn up or they get the hell out of this competition, because Liverpool is not going to give them an easy time. Liverpool are on 4 wins out of 4. That makes them the informed team, both in the Premier League and in the Champions League. So Madrid, they have their work cut out. And Mbappe has to show that he is able to influence matches. Another interesting matchup is between Aston Villa and Juventus. Aston Villa are 8th, the last position on the automatic qualification to the playoff. Juventus are on 11th, and Juventus are not really giving good vibes. They are blowing hot and cold. Villa is an interesting team to play. I don't know why they lost the game against Club Brugge. I think that is where they handled the ball for a penalty. The 1-0 really hurt them, and I think that cannot be repeated. Unai Emery should be able to motivate the boys to be able to perform better. Now, where is the money at? Where is the money at? I think if you're a betting man, if you are a betting man, this is where now your money lies. Atletico Madrid should be able to win that game. That is a game that they should be able to win comfortably. I think PSV should be able to beat Shakhtar Donetsk. That is where the money is at. Stuttgart should be able to beat the Red Star Belgrade. Zvezda. They should be able to beat them very comfortably. I think Girona also should be able to be too strong for Sturm Graz, but that is a game that I'll go for both teams to score. Juventus Aston Villa, that is a game that will be very low scoring. I think anything under 2.5, that will work for that game. However, Bayern Munich should be able to beat PSG. That is something that I am very confident of. Bayern will beat PSG on the day. I think Inter Milan will be too strong for RB Leipzig. Manchester City should be too strong for Feyenoord. So if you're a betting man, this is simple. This is how I put it. City wins, Inter Milan wins, Bayern wins, Leverkusen wins, and Arsenal and Sporting Lisbon both to score. Atletico Madrid wins. That is a win. Juventus, Aston Villa, anything below 3.5 in goals, because that will not be a high-scoring goal. Liverpool, Atletico Madrid, both teams will score on the day. PSV will be too strong for Shakhtar Donetsk. And Celtic and Club Brugge, that is both teams to score. So that is where the money at. If you want to make some money, try those suggestions. So let's see what this Champions League week will look like. This is Coach Charles on the Soccer Benchmark. If you've not subscribed to the channel, take a minute and subscribe. Give me a like, share widely, and let's make some money in this Champions League midweek games.